You know, a lot of my job involves giving corrections, offering feedback, telling people that what they are saying isn't quite as clear as it could be. And the overwhelming majority of the time, people just say, "I'm sorry." And that's sad. My name is Ruben. I am a pronunciation specialist and the founder of Linguistix. And today I'm going to teach you the art of receiving a correction. Basically a 3-step strategy to avoid any awkwardness whenever you receive this correction and to keep the conversation moving smoothly. Just to let you know, this is a strategy and a technique for pronunciation, but I suppose you could use it in other areas of language too. So there's also that. Before I get into this wonderful, simple 3-step strategy, I just want to talk for one moment about that reaction, the common response of saying "I'm sorry." Have you ever done that? You get a correction and you think to yourself, "Oh man, I let this person down. I'm so sorry." Well, whether it's your teacher, professor, or friend, I think it speaks to the process and the kind of acquisition process for languages. And one thing that's always bothered me about acquiring a language and perfecting the pronunciation is that it's really rare to get feedback and corrections from anyone. Really, teachers even, really trusted friends, even if you ask them, it's always awkward, it's always kind of offensive to step in and say, "Hey, I know the answer, it's not that, it's something else." And for that reason, I think it's not that crazy that we say, "I'm sorry." But with this simple strategy, I think that you can break these barriers down and just move on, learn something, and continue and keep learning. That's hopefully the goal. So the art of learning to receive a correction is very, very simple. In fact, the word art is going to help you with this 3-pronged strategy. In fact, every single letter of the word art, A-R-T, will help remind you of a different word that will kind of guide you through this whole process. So art. The first strategy is letter A, and the A stands for acknowledge. Okay, acknowledging, recognizing, show the person who offered the correction that you heard him or her, that you can see that something just happened. Something was either a mispronunciation or something wrong in general. Acknowledgements are very important. Sometimes people will offer corrections, and if you don't acknowledge them, they perhaps won't even feel acknowledged. They won't feel like they're helping, and they'll stop correcting you, which is not the goal. The goal is to always get corrections, to avoid that discomfort and that awkwardness, so that you can keep receiving feedback. You want to keep learning, you just don't want it to be getting in the way of a relationship, especially if you're friends. So acknowledgement, just for example, say, "Oh right," perhaps, "Oh right," or look up, stop the sentence, look up at your corrector, at your friend, at your teacher, and acknowledge. Look at them, nod the head. Any of those things will work. The second strategy, R. A is acknowledge, R is to repeat. Repeat the word. Say it again. Say it correctly. Acknowledge the correction by repeating the word. If someone says to you, "Oh, it's not actually comfortable, it's comfortable." Say, "Oh, right, comfortable." Right? Repeating the word helps to not only get an extra repetition of practice, but it shows the person who's correcting you that you are not only acknowledging it, but you are showing that you can say it correctly, which is the whole goal here. The whole goal is to not lose confidence and to pretend that you knew it the whole time. That's what I do. You don't do that? No. So acknowledge, repeat, and the last thing, the most important thing, the T, A-R-T, acknowledge, repeat, and that's right, thank the person. Just say thank you, thanks, move on. It doesn't have to be an apology, it doesn't have to be an ordeal. This can happen in 3 seconds. You say, "All right, comfortable, thanks." You move right on. You move on to the next thing because it's not important enough to get in the way of a relationship. With that, I'll leave you, but I'll remind you to keep practicing. Make mistakes. When you get corrections, acknowledge, repeat, and thank. And let's show the world how well you know this language. I'll see you next time.